The sound of clinking tools echoed through the dimly lit scooter workshop. Little Mia, a small brown cat with patches of grease on her fur, tightened a bolt on a rusty scooter. Her father, an older, frail cat with tired eyes, worked beside her. Life had always been hard for them. They lived on the edge of town, barely earning enough to afford a meal. Mia's clothes were old, torn, and patched together. But it wasn't her appearance that hurt her the most. It was the laughter of the school kids. Every day at school was a battle. The other kittens teased her relentlessly, calling her names and pointing at her worn-out clothes. One day, on her way home from the school, Mia passed the town's bustling egg shop. Inside the shop, among rows of regular eggs, her eyes caught the sight of a single, enormous egg. It shimmered faintly, almost glowing. She glanced around nervously, grabbed the egg, and fled. The shopkeeper shouted, "Thief! Stop that cat!" The police, alerted by the commotion, began chasing her through the narrow alleys of town. Mia's heart pounded as she darted into an abandoned shed at the edge of the woods, clutching the mysterious egg tightly to her chest. She held her breath as the officers ran past, unaware of her hiding spot. Then, one night, while she was asleep, a crackling sound woke her. She watched in awe as the egg split open, revealing a tiny dragon with shimmering scales and curious eyes. The dragon chirped softly, nuzzling against her. Mia's heart swelled. She named him Aero. Mia did everything she could to take care of Aero. She snuck into the market to steal fish for him, risking being caught. As Aero ate and grew, his wings began to spread wider, and his roars grew louder. But Mia knew this life couldn't last forever. One day, Aero grew so big that he could no longer fit in their little shed, as he spread his wings and flew away, leaving her behind. Tears streamed down her face as she waved goodbye to the old friend who had ever shown her love. Days turned to weeks, and Mia's life returned to its lonely routine. Then came the school picnic. All the kittens were excited, boarding the bus in their colorful outfits, laughing and chattering. Mia tried to join them, but they pushed her away. "You can't come. Look at your clothes. You'll embarrass us," they sneered. The bus rode to life and sped off, leaving Mia sitting alone on the dusty road. She buried her face in her paws, her sobs echoing in the empty street. Suddenly, a deafening roar shook the air. Mia looked up, her heart racing. A shadow loomed over her, and when she turned, she saw him, Aero. But he wasn't the tiny dragon she had raised. He was enormous, his scales glistening like jewels in the sunlight. Without hesitation, Aero lowered himself, inviting her to climb onto his back. With a powerful beat of his wings, Aero soared into the sky. The wind rushed past her as they flew over the hills and valleys. She felt free for the first time in her life. As they approached the picnic spot, the kittens below stared in disbelief. They dropped their snacks and toys, their mouths hanging open. Mia landed gracefully on Aero's back, her head held high. The once mocking kittens were now speechless. But Mia was kind enough. She invited all of them to fly with her on her majestic dragon.